Welcome everyone, I hope you're having a very wonderful day and welcome to my guide for moose for New England mountains. Before we begin, I want to quickly break down how this guide's going to go. The first section will cover 2 hotspot zones, which are very popular for moose, and the second will be weapon recommendations, and then lastly we're going to cover the animal profile with all the information you need to make your hunt life a lot easier. So to begin, we're going to start off with our first location here on the map. This stretch of the river here on Driscoll Pass is very popular for moose, as we're going to find out here. As you guys can see in the bottom right here, we have a moose zone, and we'll just span up through here looking at all these zones. Typically, this place is really good for most of the animals. Bobcats included for the upper section here, whitetail, black bear. It is just a really solid location, and you can actually make quite a bit of money hunting down here, and here's some proof for it. We have a group of moose down here, right? And then when we come off over here, we have another group of moose sitting there, and then another group sitting right there. And this just stretches up and down the river here, and it's just solid for moose hunting. So that pretty much covers this area. We're going to move on to my second hotspot of the day. We're going to cut across the map here, and we're going to go check it out. Alrighty folks, we're at our second location here of the day. We're going to pop open our map really quick. It's right here in the map. It's Hawthorne Lake. Let me zoom out. It's right in the bottom right hand corner. It's just the biggest lake on the map. Now mine houses 7 moose zones. Probably most of them are singles, probably some low level moose, but a lot of singles spawn here. So we'll just take a quick look. And it could be different on your map. You could probably have actual groups of moose on your map on this lake. We got a male there, and I do believe there is a female that I saw sitting over there as well. We got some mallards coming in. But we're going to keep on running over here so I can show you guys the rest of the lake. We won't go all the way around it because this lake is rather massive, but you guys will get the picture. So we should come up over here. And where is all of my moose? Okay, so there's the female. I left her alone. A lot of my males respawn here. I just haven't gotten rid of the lower level ones that are sitting at the lake. There we go. We got a nice level 4 sitting there. And I think that's a 3. So we do have a group on the lake. And there should be some other moose back there, but they're just not rendered in. But this is a highly recommended location to come in and hunt in here for moose on New England mountains. Oh, we have another group right there. I didn't even see him. But yeah, we got 2 groups sitting next to each other. That's very nice. Alright, so I guess that will cover that spot. And we're going to go on to weapon recommendations. So I'm going to head over to my outpost, and we're going to briefly cover some weapons, and then move on to the animal profile. Alrighty, so we're here back at the outpost, and we're going to be covering rifles, handguns, and shotguns today. I'll not be covering bows because I'm not a bow expert, and these are only my personal suggestions. I always recommend going out there and exploring to see what suits you the best. And also, I'll be labeling off the DLC that these weapons come from in case you want to pick them up yourself. So we're going to start off with rifles. And this is the first rifle of the day, the Thehunter Cannon Magnum Frontier. It's a base game rifle. Highly recommend it. It's my favorite round to use on moose. And further down is the upgraded version there, Xena 300 Mag Tactical. This is my personal favorite recommendation for hunting big game. You can find this bad boy in the High Caliber Pack DLC. Highly recommend picking that pack up. It has some very solid weapons in it. Now further down is our other rifle of the day. It is the Rangemaster 338. This is a base game weapon, and I do recommend picking this up in case you don't want to pick up DLC. However, you will be lacking in the fire department when it comes to taking follow-up shots, as you're only going to have 1 round in the magazine. So if you're hunting multiple moose in a group, this is not the rifle for you, but if you just want something that's free, it's the gun for you then. Further down is the painted version, the upgraded version of the 338. It's the LRR 338 Lapua. Very solid. You have 5 rounds in the mag, so you're able to perform follow-up shots relatively easily. And you could find that bad boy in the Hunter Power Pack DLC. I recommend picking that up as well. And we're going to move on to handguns, which I'm going to be recommending only 1 handgun today, and that is the 454 Rhino. It's base game. It's very solid handgun in case you want to use handguns on moose. But typically I would suggest sticking the shotguns or rifles for taking them out, because this thing will kind of, it'll kill them, but you'll still have to chase after your moose for a little bit. So moving on, we're going to be covering some shotguns, and I'm going to be recommending 2 shotguns today. One of them is going to be a surprise to you. but it's this drilling rifle right here. We're not using it for the shotguns. We're actually using it for the barrel below, which shoots a powerful 9.3 by 74R game cartridge. Now, it's kind of gimmicky, but I really, really do enjoy this rifle when it comes to hunting moose, and I've always had a blast doing it. And you kind of do have to follow them a little ways, but they typically die rather fast. And this can be found in Weapon Pack 2. I recommend checking that out. It's a pretty nifty, fun shotgun to use and play around with. Further down is our final shotgun of the day. I always recommend this when it comes to hunting big game. The Strandberg 10 gauge, 4 rounds in the tube, semi-automatic, and you're just going to have a blast when hunting moose with this thing, literally, and you could find that in the High Caliber Pack DLC. And this concludes all the weapons for today. We're going to move on to the animal profile, so I will see you guys there. Alrighty folks, so we're here at the end of today's video. I'm going to do a quick breakdown on it, starting from the left-hand side and working to the right. So over here on the left-hand side, we have all of our basic moose information covering the class, difficulty, silver, gold, and diamond threshold. We also have our weights included from kilograms into pounds, and we also have the Great One's weight as well included there because I had access to that information. And further below, we have our fur types starting with common, rare, very rare, and the Great Ones as well. Moving on to the middle of the map, we have all of our common hotspots or spots that all the moose can be found marked in yellow, and the marks in red are all the hotspots, which I highly recommend checking out for hunting moose. And on the right hand side, we have all of our time zones to make your hunting life 10 times easier, and below that we have our ammo chart using all the rounds that you can use that can give you the full integrity for moose. And that pretty much covers today's guide for moose. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a very wonderful day. Happy hunting, good luck, and I will see you in the next one.